Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieve this everyday simple glam. This is usually the makeup look that I gravitate towards whenever I'm in a rush, but I still want to look very put together, very glam. This makeup routine usually takes me anywhere from like about 30 to 40 minutes, give or take. And in this video, I'll be showing you everything step by step on how I achieve this and how you can too. I do show every single product and every single step. The only thing that I don't show is my eyebrow routine. But if you guys would like to have an eyebrow routine in the near future, then let me know. Let me go ahead and stop yapping and let's go ahead and get on to the video. Bye. I'm going to show you guys how I do my really quick everyday simple glam whenever I have to do something quickly, but I still want to look very glam. This is going to be a very quick video because I am on a time limit. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I do have to go shoot content today, and my mom is going to help me, and she's giving me a time window of when she can help me. So hence the very rushed makeup look. I have extremely dry skin, and two of my favorite primers to ensure that my skin is very hydrated is the Refi primer and the Essence Hello Good Stuff Primer Serum. This helps to hydrate and plump your skin. I used to think that this primer wasn't the best due to this applicator, but I have been using it for quite some time, and honestly, I understand the hype. It quickly became one of my favorite primers. So what I like to do, I apply it throughout my entire face. Once my face is pretty much coated, I just lightly blend everything in. It does have a bit of a sticky consistency, which I like. It kind of gives me the illusion that my foundation is going to stick onto this. Once this has set, I go in with the Essence primer and just put this all over my face. As for foundation, I'm going to be going in with my House Labs foundation. This right here is literally one of my favorite foundations ever. The coverage is amazing. However, it still feels very lightweight on your skin. It does not look cakey whatsoever. If you guys have not tried this, I definitely recommend. To blend everything out, I'm going to be using this Morphe brush. It is one of the Ariel collection brushes. I am very much of a brush type of girl. I do feel like whenever I do my makeup with all brushes, I do tend to get the most coverage. Not only that, but I like to think that I have perfected my technique with applying makeup with brushes, and with that being said, I feel like my makeup looks the most airbrushed whenever I do apply my makeup with a brush. When it comes down to applying foundation, I do like to avoid applying any foundation within my under eye area. If you guys didn't know, our skin is pretty thin there, so anything that is very excessively applied in there will tend to crease or look very, very cakey. And since I do like to go pretty heavy with my concealer, I try to avoid applying any excessive products underneath that area that I just won't need. For concealer today, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Snow. This concealer is extremely thick on its own, so avoiding the under eye area with foundation is just a little bit more ideal whenever I wear this concealer. And it is extremely brightening for me, so I really love it. When applying concealer, I normally just like to focus on my inner corner of my under eye, which is this area right here. I do like a little triangle or whatever you guys want to call that shape. And then I like to bring this out just a little bit. This will give me the illusion of a more lifted eye look. And then just to do a little bit of highlighting, I'll do my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and then from where my lip is, I just drag this out lightly. Normally, I will let this sit down for a little bit, but since we are a little bit in a time crunch, I'm just going to go ahead and start blending, starting with my forehead and just working my way down. I think I forgot to mention the brush that I'm using for my concealer is the Frankie Rose Concealer 91 brush. I do have a code with Frankie Rose if you guys are ever interested. You guys do get some money off your purchase by using my code ELMA10 at checkout. What I like to also do with my concealer is to bring it into my eyelid. I think that this just preps it for any eyeshadow that I might be doing for the day, if I'm doing any. And not only that, but I feel like it just gives me more of a plain and even canvas to work with, just for my overall makeup look. One of my favorite things ever is cream contouring, and today I'll be using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Stick, and this is in the shade Medium Tan. The areas that I contour are very basic. I just do a little bit on my forehead, right above my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and my nose. To blend my nose contour, I'm just using this fluffy random brush. I actually don't even know where it's from. I've had it for quite some years, but what I like to do, instead of like really rubbing, I like to just press it in, if you guys can kind of tell the motion that I'm doing. And I feel like this just really helps with the contouring and just the defining of the shape that I want to take on. It does take me a little bit of time to really blend this out, but you know what? I think that good things take time, and I just really like the outcome of this technique, so it is honestly just what I like doing. But do whatever you feel comfortable doing whenever it comes down to blending or application. So once I have that blended, I like to go in back with my concealer brush without any additional product, and I just go over the bridge of my nose again. And I just feel like this really helps define the nose shape a little bit more. Now to blend everything else, I'm using this Morphe and Ariel brush. Again, what I like to do is really just dab it in instead of rubbing it in. And it's going to look something like that. To set my under eyes, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty loose powder. I believe this is in the shade Cherry Blossom. And what I like to do, instead of baking, I like to just really press and work the product in. Since I do have dry skin, I feel like baking just really is too much for me. And with the same powder and the powder puff, I like to just really drag this in. And honestly, I don't know if it works, but I feel like it does. I think that this really just helps with the illusion of a more lifted cat eye look in a sense. Again, I don't know if it really works, but I feel like it does, so it's honestly just something that I've always done. With the remaining powder, I'm just going to be setting my forehead. I do tend to get a little bit more oily in my T-zone area, hence why I double set. So I'll go in with the remaining product that I have in this powder puff, and then I go in with a pressed powder. For my pressed powder, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade Natural Beige 220. With this one, I just like to press it in anywhere where I did not set with a loose powder. I'm also just going to use this small fluffy brush in that same pressed powder to set my eyelids. If you guys remember, I do have concealer here. As far as bronzer today, I'm going to be using this Juvia's Place Bronzer Duo in the shade Medium. This is easily one of my favorite bronzers ever. As you guys can tell, I do tend to mix both of these shades to contour my face and also give a slight contour to my nose. I want more of a softer look today as far as my blush today, so I'm going to be going in with the NARS blush in the shade Gina. I honestly think this is one of the prettiest shades ever, and it is extremely neutral, which I love. I'm definitely one of those girls that likes to apply a little bit of their blush on their nose, so without grabbing any additional product, I just like to go over the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. I want to add a little bit of color onto my eyelids, so I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. This palette has been very loved by me, but I'm going to go ahead and use a mixture of these 3 shades, and that's what I'm going to use onto my crease, just again to add a little bit of color. So I'm really just going to diffuse this very evenly across my crease and my outer V corner. I'm not really winging this out, as you guys can tell. If anything, I'm just giving myself a small, little, kind of like lifted look in a sense. Once we have that set, I'm going to be going in with this shadow right here. And for this one, we're just really going to focus it right on your outer V corner. I'm not really going to drag this one in. If anything, I just really want to work it in there and blend it in. Once we pretty much have that one set, we're just going to be going in with the lightest shadow, and we're just going to pretty much apply this onto the rest of our lid. Just to make sure that everything's blended in very seamlessly, I'm going to be using the same brush that I initially first went in with. Without grabbing any additional product, I'm just going to really blend everything out together. Pretty much that is going to be the eye look. I'm terrible at doing wing eyeliner on camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my Anastasia eyeliner. I'm going to do my wing liner off camera, and then I will be right back. You have to concentrate when it comes down to putting on my lashes or else it just won't come out. So now that I have the lashes on, I'm going to finish up with the eyes by using these two eyeshadows and kind of just smoking out in my lower lash line. And no look of mine is complete without doing my waterline. We obviously need some mascara on our lower lashes, and I'm using the Fenty. For lips, I'm going to be using this MAC liner. I honestly don't know the name. The name is pretty rubbed off. I would say it's probably Oak or Cork, but I'm just going to line my lips with this. For lipstick, I'm going to be using this Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW lipstick and just applying this onto the center of my lips. Just to top everything off, I'm going to be using this Essence Extreme Shine lip gloss in the shade Purple Rain. This completes my very simple, very glam, everyday type of makeup look whenever I'm in a rush, but I still want to look very put together. This is usually the makeup look that I gravitate towards. A few makeup products might change here and there every so often, but the routine, everything remains the same. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this makeup. If you guys have any suggestions of any future videos that you guys would like to see, or just any suggestions regarding my lighting, my setup, etc., then please let me know. I would love to hear any feedback. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.